Woke, a young poet's call to justice. Mahogany L. Browne with Elizabeth Acevedo and Olivia Gatwood. Illustrated by Theodore Taylor III. Activism Everywhere by Mahogany L. Browne. Our voice is our greatest power. When we stand together, we can speak up against mistreatment. We are saying that we will not be silent about the mistreatment of people. We are saying we will not be silent. We are standing tall and firm because we believe in equity and equality. We are standing tall and firm. We are not yielding or bending because the conversation is uncomfortable. We are not yielding or bending. We understand activism happens online and offline, in the streets picketing, and in the classroom teaching, on the blogs writing, on the internet sharing information. It happens everywhere. It is active. It is energy. It is resisting to be comfortable. When we all have yet to feel safe and free. In the Next by Mahogany L. Browne. Things should be different. We must keep our eyes on the prize. The prize is a good life. The good life smells like true freedom. True freedom is a song we should all be able to sing. It will happen in the hills of Appalachia. It will happen in the streets of Brooklyn. It will happen in the veins of Detroit. Discrimination will no longer be tolerated. Hate will have nowhere to hide. Powerful and meek, strong and brilliant, all of us combined as one. This is when the sky will break open its blue, blue wings, and we will celebrate its lush song. I've Been There Before by Olivia Gatwood. When a person is in pain, sometimes the best cure is to hear "I've felt that too" from someone else. When you cry and your best friend puts their hand on your shoulder and says, "I've been there before," suddenly you know you are not the only one. Sometimes we don't know the people we feel for. Sometimes we've never been where they are. But we don't need to look like each other or speak like each other or live like each other to know what it feels like to be sad, to be hurt, to be in need of a friend. Instead, we can simply say the words, "I understand." We can make a secret club out of our sadness. We can let everyone in who wants to join. We can sit in a circle and laugh and share, sing over and over, "You are not alone." What's in a Name by Mahogany L. Browne. If you are denied a job because of your height or your educational background, because of your skin color or the enunciation of your name, if you are denied a place to live because of your religion or your loved ones, because of your musical taste or your choice of clothes, if you are denied the right to safe passage, to walk freely without harm into a record store or a pharmacy. Remember those who came before us. They did not go quietly. They sat at the lunch counters for everyone's right to service. They endured brutalities from water hoses and dog bites to ensure our humanity was respected. They set into motion the lighthouse, shining a path to a brighter possibility, and it is up to us to follow the sharp beams of truth until our country celebrates with equal fervor our families' names. What is an Intersection by Mahogany L. Browne and Olivia Gatwood. An intersection is a place where things come together, like four cars waiting to go different directions at a stoplight. People intersect too, not just while moving down the street, but in who we are. Inside our bodies is a stoplight where our identities come together to make us a house of flamethrowers, to make us a river of living things. We all have multiple identities. You might be in a room full of girls, but no two are exactly alike. Classmate with nose ring and printed headband, soccer player with flowing scarf and full smile, student in library with brown skin and headphones, skateboarder with hat to the back and book in hand, swimmer with painted nails and crew cut, dancer who says, "Only call me by my name." That's intersectionality. We all have different experiences of the world, and we all have experiences we share. Intersectionality means paths crossing one another with respect. Intersectionality means moving with intentionality and acknowledgement of your surroundings. Intersectionality means we are all happening, we are all supporting each other. We are an ecosystem, living and growing, depending on each other for survival, evolving, and becoming whole. What's in My Toolbox by Olivia Gatwood. We can't choose the way we are born. Some of us are born with two parents, some one, some none. Some of us are born with legs that we can walk with. Some of us need a little help. Some of us get to eat when we are hungry. Some of us still haven't. When a person has privilege, it is a toolbox they were born with. Hammers and nails that make it easier for them to walk through the world, because the world, in all of its beauty and excitement and variety, can still be a very hard place in which to live. Privilege makes it feel easier for some people. A white person can walk down the street and not worry about being discriminated against, while a person of color cannot. Our friends might have a toolbox filled with gadgets we wish we had, or we might have gizmos we didn't even know others don't have. And even though it's true we don't choose privilege, we still have the toolbox with us all the time. We can choose to keep the tools for ourselves, or we can choose to use it to help people who don't have what we do. We can ask our parents to pick our friends up from practice if they don't have a ride. We can tell our school we need more ramps for kids on wheels. We can invite friends over for dinner and send them off with a full belly. Privilege might make it easier for one person to build the house, but that doesn't mean they should build it just for themselves. If we have privilege, we must listen. When we understand each other, we can build a house that fits everyone. We can use our tools to build the house together. In this house, the door is always open. Come in. Rock the Boat by Elizabeth Acevedo. Someone might tell you, don't rock the boat, when they want you to hush, when they are afraid of change, when they are doing something wrong or that makes them ashamed and they don't want anyone to know. There is a feeling you might get when they say that, when you know someone has done or said something unjust, something that might hurt you or another being. That feeling might be a tightening in your chest or a tightening of your fists. And most times, you should not thrust out either, but you should follow that feeling and speak up and speak out, even if it doesn't feel easy. Rock the boat. Rock the boat. Practice saying, don't do that to her, or you're hurting him, or I don't feel good when you... Speaking up might make your hands shake, or your voice small, or your heart flutter like a bird taking flight. That feeling, the tightening in your chest or the tightening of your fists, you may not have to thrust out either, but trust that your body is telling you to speak up and speak out. Because even if it doesn't feel easy, rock the boat. Rock the boat. And sometimes it might seem you're the only one who can see or feel that something is not quite right, in how another is being treated or in how you are being treated. And you may want to be quiet so as not to rock the boat. But just know, you contain waves. You are an ocean. Your heart is as large as lakes, and when it quakes, you have to rise and let the tide inside you shake every single ship that would attempt to sweep someone beneath. Rock the boat. Rock the boat. With love and hope, rock the boat. A Me-Shaped Box by Olivia Gatwood. We live in a world that likes boxes. Boxy houses, boxy cars, cardboard boxes and mailboxes, and shoe boxes too. And in those boxes we put our things and our families and letters to our friends across the world. But we also have imaginary boxes, boxes where we put people based on what we've learned from our families or what we see on TV. Before we even know someone, we say, if you look like that, you go in this box. Or if you talk like this, you go in that box. Stereotyping is all of the little boxes in our heads that insist on fitting people, with all of their different shapes and sizes and colors and voices, into a home they didn't build for themselves. Stereotyping keeps us from getting to know people for who they are. Stereotyping makes other people feel like they aren't individuals. So resist the box. Burn it down. Why have a box when we could have a swimming pool or a trampoline park, a playground or a giant green field? We don't need those silly squares. We need to let everyone be exactly the way they are so that we can be too. And isn't that so much better than a boring old box? Woke by Mahogany L. Browne. We are awake, wide in our understanding of what is so pretty and shiny, of what is dull and dim in this world. But look here, even wider between our outstretched arms, a brave and growing world. Look closely. Don't forget, we invited you here to live inside this truth, this freedom. We never sleep on what's at stake.